Hello, I'm Meshell Baker, the Chief Confidence Igniter, transformational keynote speaker, confident living catalyst, and authentic selling alchemist. So today we want to get right into the topic of the fear or feelings of failure. Now let's start with the word fail, right? Because failure is the ability of somebody having failed or having that fail. And that's just first attempt in learning. So I wanted to just normalize that most people who have fear of failure have low self-esteem. And low self-esteem means that there's not an appreciation and a valuing of oneself. And this comes from a background. So why wouldn't a human being appreciate and value themselves? Well, probably because they weren't raised in an environment where they were appreciated and valued. Remember, how you treat yourself has a lot to do with how you were treated as a child. If you have not done work, if you have not gone to therapy or had a coach, or you haven't rewritten your vision and actively been pouring into yourself positive affirmations, you are reiterating, you are repeating and recalling that last between the ages of 7 and 9 when your personality was just sealed in. So whatever those experiences up to that and directly after that, build on who you believe yourself to be. So now, having said that, if you weren't raised in an environment or brought up in an environment where there was a lot of affirmation, there was a lot of reminding you that it's okay, you can make mistakes, it's not a big deal. Just because you fail doesn't make you a failure, right? And just because you win doesn't make you a winner either. Now, the whole thing is, why do you want to succeed? What does success look like? And when you get clear on what success looks like, understand that other people have done something similar. You're not the first person. I mean, unless you're trying to go build a rocket ship and get to Mars on your own, whatever you're about to do, someone else has done it. So that means someone else has failed. So go learn from other people's failures. There are so many books, so many podcasts. You can go to YouTube videos. You can follow people on TikTok and Instagram and start listening to all that powerful, positive information and just pack it in until your mind starts to believe in your capabilities, which is self-confidence. That's it. When you're self-confident, you believe in your abilities. Now, you won't be the person to take that confident step most often if you do not have a self-esteem. When you're not affirming yourself, everything outside of you will create a sense of fear, doubt, overwhelming, so that you will become hesitant and reluctant to do the things that are necessary. Remember, the more successful a person is, the more failure they stand on. Like, you got to just think of it. If you're building a staircase to go somewhere, whatever you're using, whatever you're building with, if it's, if you're building a wood staircase, you've got nails, you got a hammer, you got a saw. So you're doing all this stuff and you're building up and building up. The same is true for success. Whatever the failures you're scared of making, make it, because that is on the other side of his success. The other thing is there's this anxiety and worry over the future. Worry is a waste of energy. So when you worry, you are imagining what could go wrong. You could take that same energy and imagine what could go right. So one of the things that I learned myself, and when I show other people and talk about, is think about the worst case scenario. What is the absolute thing that could go wrong? So let's give an example, right? Oh my God, I'll get fired. I'll lose my job. My spouse will divorce me. My kids will hate me. I'll end up homeless, right? So that's the worst that could go wrong if you get it wrong at work. Now, having said that, what are the chances of that happening? Right? Are you a neurosurgeon, right? And you're like trying to save lives or something? What is the worst that could happen? Now think about what could go right. Right? Oh my God, it will be gangbusters. I'll end up getting promoted. We'll get the house of our dreams. I'll be able to send my kids to this ideal school. I'll be able to pay for whatever. So, I'll be able to take care of my parents or move them closer to us. What are the big dreams? So this is why I have big dreams above me. When you don't have big, hairy, audacious dreams that are out in the future, your mind will hyper focus on the present. So whatever things that are tripping you up become really big and they start to become catastrophic. So the little things that cause hesitation and doubt will then cause you to grip white knuckle and fear. So when you have these big dreams and you focus on these and you put them up on a vision board, or you read them every morning, or you have some way that you're inputting them in your mind every day, then your mind, the affirmation, that's the voice inside of you, it will begin to affirm and push you outside of your comfort zone. It'll begin to remind you that it's not a big deal, because the desire for your big dream will become greater than the fear of failure. You must create something greater than the fear. Otherwise, the fear will take over. And if you don't, you'll start procrastinating. And then there's self-sabotage. So self-sabotage is a big one. And that just simply means you don't follow up, you don't follow through, you don't do the things that you know, the things you're telling yourself. You don't keep your word to yourself. And without your word to yourself, there's nothing. So again, fear of failure, it doesn't seem like it's big, but it's a huge thing. Start today. Do one thing every day that scares you, and it'll start to create a sense of pride in yourself. So you'll have a list of what you're proud of, or set aside some time this week on your calendar and write a list of all the things you've done that have made you proud. Because right now you are facing something. If you have a fear of failure, you're facing something that you really, really want, but for some reason it's become this big obstacle, this big thing you can't get around. So remind yourself of what you've already accomplished. Remind yourself of what you're capable of. Remind yourself of the dream and the impact it's going to make in your life. And bottom line, remember, it hasn't happened yet. You're making it up. I always tell people, if you're going to make it up, don't make it awful, make it awesome. So make it awesome and start to look at the possibility of what can go right and well and amazing in your life. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And again, take the time to slow down and recognize that you are making up everything. It's an illusion. Right? I want you to think of your life as a circus and you're the ringmaster. So start creating visions and feelings and emotions that it's going to go well, because you're absolutely amazing. The fact that you're here right now and you're listening to this means you are already amazing. So amazing awaits you. And all you have to do is take the step in that direction. Have a great day, and I'll see you next Monday.